From November 14th to 21st, we're inviting you to join us for a powerful trip to Ghana. This isn't just a vacation. This is a chance to walk through the same places where many of our people were captured, held, and shipped off into slavery. So don't wait. Secure your spot today. We're making history by walking through it. Will you be with us?
Good day and welcome to the African Diaspora News channel, where truth cuts through the noise. I am your host, Renelo Murema, and I am reporting live from Johannesburg, South Africa. And today we are diving into a disturbing double standard that's unfolding on American soil and how a false narrative is being used to justify it. Well, I am sure you've heard about the 49 Boers that have landed on the American soil from the imaginary war-ridden country of South Africa. I'm sure you are all aware of that. We are all aware that AfriForum Boers lied on international platforms and said they are being massacred, they are being discriminated against by the South African government and their racist laws like the BEE, the Black Economic Empowerment Law, that is meant to redress inequality in the market sector. The Boers are not being oppressed, they fear equality. For a long time, white folks have enjoyed laws that discriminated against black communities, so much so that they thought their white skin privileges would open doors for them without an education. And now they are finding out the hard way that their mediocrity won't save them. And what makes it worse is that their subjects are thriving in places they once owned and they hated. So now they are crying wolf. And America, being the sweethearts that they are, saved them and labeled them refugees. By the way, these are the only refugees that America has allowed in since Donald Trump took office. Trump has suspended refugee programs in the United States and even declined real refugees from war-torn countries. Yet today, they have accepted 59 white South Africans on the false premise of white genocide. Now, what qualifies somebody to be a refugee? Like, according to the UN conventions, what qualifies the Boers to be refugees? 49 Boers, white South Africans descended from Dutch settlers, have been granted refugee status in the United States after claiming they are being abused by the South African government. Check out this clip.
These are the first group of white South Africans who've been fast-tracked into refugee status. The Trump administration made a big thing about cracking down on immigration and suspending the refugee resettlement program. So questions are being asked, and why has such an exception been made for this group of people?
White farmers are being brutally killed and their land is being confiscated in South Africa.
Billionaire Elon Musk grew up in apartheid South Africa. He's one of Donald Trump's closest advisors, and he claims that there is a genocide of white people happening. South Africa's foreign minister says that there has been no land confiscation, and Donald Trump's claims that murders are happening in large numbers is not backed by any police data.
These are the most well-nourished refugees I've ever seen. Clean, happy faces. What war have they been fighting? They are even obese, y'all. They are well fed, these ungrateful bastards. Now, if you're raising an eyebrow about this messed up situation, you should be. Let's start with the facts. There is zero recognition by the United Nations, Amnesty International, or any legitimate global human rights watchdog of any systemic abuse against Boers in South Africa. No documentation, no genocide, no apartheid in reverse. The so-called white genocide myth, aggressively pushed by alternative right forums and conspiracy theorists, has no factual basis. It's been debunked multiple times, yet it's being used as a political football, especially by those eager to paint white South Africans as victims of a post-apartheid black government. But here's the hypocrisy. The same Trump-era administration that slammed the doors shut on thousands of desperate asylum seekers from Latin America, the Middle East, and Africa, many fleeing war, cartel violence, political repression, and economic collapse, is now rolling out the red carpet for people whose ancestors architected apartheid. How crazy is that? Let that sink in. Children ripped from their parents at the US border were told, go back to where you come from, while the descendants of colonial settlers who thrived under a violent racist regime are being embraced as victims. That's not just double standard, that's a moral failing. And let's be honest, the Boers fit the MAGA mold like a hand in a red glove. They are white, ultra-conservative, and steeped in a legacy of land ownership and self-proclaimed Christian values. Their politics lean hard right, and their narrative, we are under attack for who we are, echoes the paranoid propaganda of Make America Great Again. This isn't humanitarianism. This is white affirmation, and on a global scale. The truth is, this so-called migration isn't about escaping oppression. It's about preserving white supremacy in new soil, in a country where that ideology is increasingly emboldened.
That's like no swallow.
Of that group of 49 white Afrikaners who left Johannesburg. OR Tambo International issue that he was dealing with was around purpose. He claimed that there was a shocking disregard of the rights of white Afrikaner citizens in the country. We know that today has again been rebutted by the International Relations Minister, Ronald Lamola, speaking in Pretoria, as well as President Cyril Ramaphosa speaking at the African CEOs Forum in Abidjan earlier today. But Donald Trump, Bongiwe, still not swayed by the explanations from the South African government that there is no wholesale confiscation of Afrikaner-owned land, nor are they being persecuted or the victims of a white genocide.
Welcome to the United States of America. It is such an honor for us to receive you here today.
Meanwhile, real refugees like black and brown people are still being deported, detained, and dehumanized. Their stories remain unheard, and their pain is being dismissed at the borders. It's so crazy. It is so crazy what we are facing in this world. Like, real life racism is happening on a global scale. And they are justifying it by peddling more lies on international stages against our democratic institution, the very same democratic institution they are trying to collapse in revenge for Israel. It's just sad that the Boers don't know that they are pawns, like I've mentioned in my previous segments, that they are pawns to America in this American chess piece with Israel. You know, they are pawns to that. We know that America is trying to get revenge on South Africa for taking Israel to the International Court of Justice. We know that. So the Boers, being misinformed, being stupid as always, being late to the party as always, being miseducated as always, fail to see between the lines. They fail to read between the lines. And let me tell you something, Trump is not going to be president forever. If anything, he's on the road of being impeached. If anything, he might not even finish this bloody term of his. Then what? Then what? You think that you have walked in the land of paradise? No, my sweethearts. You are about to find out the hard way. And let me tell you something about Black Americans. They are not like the Africans. They're not like Black Africans. They're not sleeping. They know their history. They embrace their history. They don't sugarcoat anything. They call you out right now. And a lot of Black Americans are up in arms and they're like, you know what? We are still dealing with the fragments of Jim Crow. If you're going to come here with your pro-apartheid mindset, your pro-Jim Crow mindset, your right-wing mindset, then you're in for a rude awakening, because they will show you flames. They're not scared to confront injustices right in your face. They are not black South Africans who were conditioned to look the other way and, you know, when your enemy slaps you, turn the other cheek, let them slap you. No, these are not those kind. They fight for who they are. They fight for their rights. They know who they are. They did not have a Nelson Mandela lying to them, you know, in exchange for money, in exchange for privilege and riches. They did not have those kind of leaders that lied to them and made them a fool for their colonizers, let their colonizers overstay their visit, overstay their welcome. They're not that kind. Their leaders were fierce. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X was about remove them or fight back any means necessary. He was about that, and they carried that ideology till the end of time, and they're still running with it. So if you think that they are like us, the slap tigers, you know what's a slap tiger? Slap tiger meaning a sleeping tiger. If you think they are the slap tigers, I can't wait to hear stories on how they set you straight. And don't bother coming back here because you are breaking refugee laws, because you can't, as a refugee, you can't go back to your war-ridden country. No, stay where you are. You're about to find out the real way. You're about to find out the hard way, and I am happy. What do you think about this segment? Comment to us in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and share the broadcast, to subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit that notification bell so you don't miss these groundbreaking conversations right here on the